Let me know. Hashtag ESL1. I want to see it. Give me a meme about this matchup, because so far, Vitality are taking it to Godsent. We jump into map 2 of Inferno, and the pistol round is underway. And for the side of Godsent, it looks like they want to play a heavy A.
Yeah, Vitality starting T-sided on this map. It is, of course, their pick, so Godsent get the choice, but let's see if this works in their favor. Stiko's got the spot. He sees a player close second, and the bomb is in middle right now. Passive B play with 4 on the A site for Godsent, fighting towards the short side. They're going to get some fights as well. Stiko's reaggressed, and he's going to be meeting Mizuta in the apartments. Michael Ellie with first blood dropping RPK down middle, and he'll fall back into a more passive setup as Godsent have this advantage. Vitality, plenty of utility. If they want, they can go back to B and execute there into just a solo man, but they seemed interested by the A site.
Well, even Crystal has some utility to try to hold them back a little bit, and I just want to know if you guys ever hold back once you find out you're wearing the same clothing arrangement. You
Never.
two, that is.
Never. We love matching. My shoes match Harry's jacket.
And as does his jacket match my jacket.
Not his shoes, though.
No, my shoes are different.
Working on that.
Nice, guys.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Team Vitality. They're going to try and get in towards this B-bomb site. Not so much one day, more here and now. Ooh. And Makalele landing 1 taps down on the cross. Does leave this in a 2-on-5 to try and keep it good.
What?
For Team Vitality. Apex has somehow doubled up, but Stiko comes in and alleviates all that pressure.
All that is for Vitality is a bit of a fake, a bit of a ruse, right? They throw these pit smokes that, isolate the pit, and anyone from the site can't see inside of it. And I think what they're trying to do is feign that someone's dropped out of apps into the pit play, and then they go back for a B execute. But because Godsent have Zen on the balcony, he goes, nah, guys, no one's in the pit. It's just smokes, innit? And, well, Godsent stack B. They rotate everyone over there, and they kill Vitality. I think, obviously, losing that first player down mid didn't help. Maybe Vitality wanted to use that player to get him into the pit. Maybe it was a crucial part of the fake. I don't actually know. So that certainly doesn't help them in that pistol round, and now they've got to take an eco in the second. Godsent armed well. It should be them going 2-0 up with ease, as Vitality haven't even put $1 into this round.
Well, we just received like a little question tweet, Hugo, and I'd love to pose this to you guys and hear your thoughts on it, given that this is an anti-eco and it should be laid to rest pretty easily.
Well, say the question, quick.
In light of the recent Krieg nerf, why is it so important that the AK and M4 remain the most dominant guns in CSGO? And that's from Derg. _OW, which I guess is Overwatch.
Why must the AK and M4 remain the most? I don't think that's the reason for the nerf, is that if that's the implication.
No, yeah, I think it was more that the Krieg was so powerful. Like, the AK and the M4 are pretty perfectly balanced guns, I think, when you look at them and how they play into the game, because it's been pretty similar throughout every iteration of Counter-Strike, whereas the Krieg was like a real anomaly for how much money you could spend on it versus how good it was in comparison to the other guns. I don't think it's balancing around the M4 and AK so much as it's just like acknowledging that they are like a good weapon, and the Krieg was just too strong for what it was. Now, here's an A play from Team Vitality. Maybe that's something we can look into later. RPK does deal with Madden to open this round up. ZywOo is going to get bested there by Crystal. Apex comes in with a bit of a response, however. And Masuta and Shox all get dealt with by Stiko before he gets put to an ending. But these fights are still continuing over in CT. My goodness, the bomb now belongs to Makalele. And he's not content with just sitting on it. He's actually looking for this duel with RPK. And with good reason, he puts him in the grave. Godsent go 3-0 up. And this CT side is off to a rip-roaring start here for the Godsent crew.
Yeah, very brawly. And that's kind of what I like, right? If you want to beat Vitality, you've got to brawl them. You've got to take the fight to them. And Stiko does by hunting them down in spawn. Finding 2 kills lining up as well. Even further aggressive after spotting the bomb. Makalele finding RPK coming back up Banana. And that is the lead locked for Godsent. What was initially a pretty favorable round for Vitality, actually out the archway with the advantage in a 5-on-4, in a 4-on-3. But trades are good for Godsent. Vitality on a full eco here with just Deegs and PT50s. Apex has a bit of Kevlar, but that's all
wishful thinking.
At best. Godsent, they talk about how, or at least Stiko did earlier, how, to explain the statistics on this map, the numbers, about how, Inferno typically good in prac, not so much in officials. Now, of course, officials are where it matters, right? Like, it doesn't matter how good something is in prac if you can't do it, you know, when money's on the line. But, you know, right now, 3-0, we know that Godsent are comfortable in this map, and they at least have ideas. Right now, those ideas are working.
And you know, the weirdest part is, and this has happened to teams in the past, hell, it happened to us at C9. We'd have the best of boot camps. We'd have really impactful, we'd, you know, be, of course, if you want to say it this way, winning all our scrims.
Yeah.
You know, there was just a sheer amount of things that we were getting done with. In boot camps, you show up, and then you become Clown 9. You become, you know... Pretty much that.
What do you think that is, Trace? I don't know if you have any insight, but like when you're on this roll and everyone's feeling good and the comms are flowing and everyone's playing well and your scrims are good, and then you go to a tournament and you get, you know, 12 to 13. Like, how does that happen? How does that feel?
Truth be told, as this round kind of ends itself out, and we're looking at the B-bomb site just real quickly here, and there's only 2 players alive for Vitality, make it just 1. I think it's more along the lines of practicing how you're going to play. You know, if you're in scrims, if you're goofing around, if you're pushing and doing unorthodox things, once, twice, 3 times, yeah, it's okay. You can see what works. Maybe that makes sense. But when you turn entire scrims into, we need to win this rather than learn from it, that's not good enough. So overall, though, I think a lot of it just comes down to practicing how you play and applying that in traditional senses.
I always wondered if maybe some of it as well was like down to, do you think you ever get that feeling of, oh man, well in prac we're so sick, and now, like, you know, it's just not translating over. Like, does that creep into it in the sense that you kind of, the nade stack is brutal.
Yeah, double nade even at that. Crystal with 2. And
Oh,
they're going to continue raining
Get out
grenades.
of Banana. Team Vitality is not safe. The airstrikes, they've got your position. Just stay away.
Yep, Godsent got the club going up on a Tuesday. Ain't that for sure. Pyrotechnics in the building. Makaleli. He's going to get shouted out here from Mizuta. Mizuta's trying to push him. Easy does it with the AK. And now an interesting situation is no Godsent players have vision on middle. This bomb being trapped all the way back in the hands of Shox. He might even consider just walking up to B, depending how much of a fight that Mizuta can pull in A. Now, that's not going to be the case. They haven't sniffed out Mizuta just yet, but Shox is working his way up slowly. If he decides to go towards the archway, that's going to prove to be a big problem.
Yeah, him taking time has made Godsent rotate back, which is cool. But the issue is, it's not like Mizuta can get any fights. He smoked himself off on long. So while that smoke is now faded, Godsent, because everything's gone quiet, because everything's just stopped, they don't want to move. They don't want to make a mistake. And this is a good call from Godsent. Let Vitality play a retake as a team. Madden Runner is in B. And so there's at least going to be a chance for Vitality to win this 2-on-2 on the A site, assuming they don't wait around. Crystal isn't. He's going aggressive. Molotov won't be thrown. He takes the apartments instead silently. It's a good position to deal with Mizuta in the graveyard, but he can pop out when he pleases. We'll see how this fight goes on later on as Madden comes in from library as well.
Yeah, it looked like there was a timing where Crystal was just going to try and hero this, but now they've set up for this 3-pronged approach on the retake. So they're really trying to use this man advantage in their favor, and they molly Mizuta out. He does take one to the grave with him. Shox holding down the angle at long, and now looking for Crystal, dodging these bullets, hiding, not giving anything up. It's whack-a-mole inside of the site, but this time the mole whacks back. It's 3 on the board for Shox, 2 for Mizuta, and Team Vitality, they're able to win that one out, putting their first T-side round up on the board.
Better late than never. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Great grenades, considering that was this round as well, right? Like, Vitality win this, you know, in a 2-on-5, essentially, losing so many fights early on. Shox get to pick up middle in, you know, the time that all his team are dying in Banana. So I guess a 2-on-4 in that sense, but the kills coming from just 2 men and 2 men alone. Mizuta and Shox make it happen. Godsent's money is fine right now, but if they lose this round, they'll be on eco. So this one's key if they want to keep streaking together CT rounds. If not, then things are going to get a little more brawly, a little more back and forth. And that's what Vitality wants.
Oh, Madden gonna tempt fate with this aggression, looking for an opener, and he gets blinded on the peak. Stellar flash from Apex to allow RPK that frag, and he continues his reign of terror over towards the B site. These flashes are good for either side, though, and ZywOo will get taken care of on his lurk in the apartments. But RPK, the tank, doing as tanks do, which is just laying waste to absolutely everything over towards his B side of the map.
Ooh.
Zen will land a nice shot onto Masuta, and this leaves Godsent in a 2-on-3. They might be a bit tempted to see what's offered to them in this situation, but I really don't see them hard committing to this retake. The money is bottomed out for Godsent, and they want to keep this lead up if they can. So they're going to allow Vitality this second round on the board.
Vitality didn't even plan on hitting B in that round. I think they just got the kill on the AWP, and yeah, RBK went, yeah, I'm just going to keep going here. I'm going to keep running into the site. Crystal throws a smoke, caught with a flash in hand. RBK insta-peeks him and wins the round for Vitality. The bomb takes its sweet time as it was dropped left back in T-ramp, but they get it there with no issue. Godsent don't fight down middle other than that AWP on Zen, which misses the timing by a few seconds. Nice round from Vitality, specifically RBK, who gets it all done.
It's wild when you think about the fact that RPK, 30 years old, is playing some of the best CS he's played in recent memory, it feels like, man. He's been nuts in a lot of these Vitality games.
You're saying 30's old, guys?
No, but it's just that, you know, like, and this is a discussion that we have quite a lot, that you don't really, like, know the lifespan of a pro career, right? You don't know how...
Yeah, I guess in Westworld, perhaps.
When they hit their 30s, man, I mean, they can just be replaced by one of those up-and-coming 20-something-year-olds.
Well, I was just going to say that kind of like, you know, those 22, 21-year-olds, actually, they're kind of, you know, inseparable, really. They're kind of like the same in a lot of different ways. They all sound the same. All their mixtapes are the same. Lyrical concepts are the same. Really, the puns are the same even, too.
Get him out of here then, Trace. Fire him. We don't want RPK. He doesn't want him either. Get the 20s out of here.
30s are the best, by the way. Anyway, that is what we see. Vitality taking Banana by storm. That's left Maiden by himself over here. And now a rotation will come in, but it's not going to be that AK. They're going to leave Seek over to his own over on the A site. But ultimately 5 alive. Even Vitality aren't entirely sure when they want to stack their chips. Meanwhile, you'll thank me when you are 30. I'm not sure for what, but you will.
Well, we're going to stack our crisps in this B bomb site right now as Vitality, they want to crunch down on these 2 CTs. It's a rotate round, coffin side. We got Stiko here as well. Notice the bomb isn't here, and Vitality are trying to feel out the round, feel out the site. It's a double peek, it's a fight that goes the way of Godsent, and that will send Vitality right back into A. Really, really nice call from Apex, not committing heavily. You do give a gun over, and that AWP has been saved back. That was Zen's from earlier, but, you know, that's not a worry, really. Vitality are going to win the round, and Godsent are here to save. Apex won't let them escape either. So, in the back of your mind, if you are Vitality, you can hunt here. You've got the money for it.
If you are one of those Harrys or Hugos of the world, you're looking at this and you're thinking, you know, Godsent, there's absolutely no way. So that save is going to be what happens. This boomer generation ultimately doesn't have a grasp on it, do they, Harry and Hugo? You guys are boomers, right? Zoomers even?
I don't even know, really.
I actually don't know the difference. No. I'm just me, you know, like... Not a boomer, not a zoomer, not even whatever the other options are.
Not even got humor.
Nah, maybe not, actually.
I mean, you guys are... You're pretty ripe, if you know what I'm saying.
Ripe.
Right.
We're like the Chuckle Brothers of esports.
I was thinking more of like...
That's actually far too complimentary to us.
Yeah, definitely.
We're like the Pippin and Merry of esports from Lord of the Rings.
Who that is. That's
the Mary Poppins of esports.
Mary Poppins of esports. Yeah, that is the one. That is the
one. Spoonful of sugar. And all that good jazz.
Yep. The Mary Poppins of esports, a.k.a. Harry and Hugo Russell. Same last name, of course.
Are we married or siblings?
Why not both? Stiko over here towards
Alabama Classic.
Throwing some nades early on now as Team Vitality.
Of course.
Trying to grab this top mid control. And they are looking to get in. While you two have a bit of a lover's quarrel, there is a quarrel going on over towards top mid as well. And this fight really yet to get geared up. ZywOo is holding. He's about to go full James Bond as well, which is a scoreline you never thought you'd see ZywOo get to.
Okay, Zoomer.
3 ADR. Oof.
He has been having a real rough time. And, you know, like, AWP in T-side Inferno,
yeah.
I can't think. Yeah, we've seen him have one AWP thus far over on the T side. This will be his second. And the last time he just got full flashed and dealt with.
Also,
T-side
lots
AWPing,
of
never very fun.
In Banana as well. We've had Vitality just kind of get blown up in a few of these rounds. For now, it goes silent. Vitality still making their mind up, it seems. Be often an easy target, and that's why Godsent have put 3 CTs on defense here. They've made a bit of a call. The gamble is in. Michaelele waiting with the orb, should get smoked off here. You can play timing shot. There's always a good chance you can hit these, but it won't connect. Milliseconds away, maybe. Madden at the back of the bomb site, dropping the package. There's 20 seconds left. Apex gets 1, but they haven't cleared out Crystal. He's got 3. Yeah. ZywOo trades, but he needs a clutch today. He's got himself a second. There's still going to be 2 rotators coming in off that A site. ZywOo on his second kill of the round, faking it out with 10 seconds. He doesn't have time for this. Got to commit to the plant, and he will do it the second time around. It's going to be Stiko in the spawn, Zen and Banana, ZywOo in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, he's happy he can get the new box. At least there he feels like he might have a fighting chance. We're looking at 2 flashes. Maybe some stuff will be picked up here. But ZywOo finds the first kill on the Stiko. That creates us a 1v1. Zen has been hot on the trigger and will look to capitalize over ZywOo. They're going to dance around new box a little bit. Winning it out is going to be Zen. He's going to get a defuse. Albeit he didn't have a kit, it will not matter.
Every timing ZywOo hits there on those jiggles, right? He checks Coffin, Zen walks out Banana, he checks Banana, Zen's walking to Coffin, he checks Coffin, Zen's almost about to peek him, he checks Banana. You know, it doesn't get more unlucky there for ZywOo. Very nice try. 3 kills in the round, the double entry to trade onto Crystal, the kill onto the player in Coffins as well. Still all going to be in vain. It's still going to be a 5th for Godsent, who actually showing up on this map, right? Like said, you know, 9 out of 10 times they've played this map, they've lost it. But they have been close games. They have been competitive. We know Godsent can put up a fight. It's just whether they have it in them to close out the map. We'll see. We're a long way away from that right now. Vitality at least hard-pressed to put rounds on the board. 5-3. And an AWP down Banana shows its hand. Mizuta has a MAC-10. And he's taking it into the apartments of the bomb following as well. We could see a fast pit drop. We know Vitality have these execute smokes. We saw them from them in the past. So what's the plan? Good grenade from Godsent.
Oh, Stiko trying to get out of danger, trying to leave himself out of harm's way, but harm finds a way to him in the form of Apex there. And Masuta, they mop up this A bomb site. They've got this round dead to rights on the Vitality side. And for Crystal, left in a 1v4, all he can really hope to do is get out of this round with a weapon. That really is the best case scenario for him here. I mean, I say that. There is a temporary 1v2 available at the A site. Not that Crystal is ever to know this is the case. But Vitality are already very, very geared towards hunting him down. Crystal, is he going to attempt like to sneak into this site? I don't know. He's still hanging around, but if there ever was around for a ninja defuse, it's right now. Like, no one is there.
Yeah.
No one is home, Crystal. But obviously, he's not to know this. So, a heartbreaking ninja defuse that could have happened, that never did happen. And Team Vitality putting a 4th round on the board.
Yeah, I like that pit drop, the apps play from Vitality, put a MAC-10 in the front, flash it out over Moto, and just let it wreak havoc. Vitality do that. Quick up short side, and a 4th round taken. They've actually broken the money of Godsent as well. That's why this save was important for Godsent. Would have been nice if Crystal could find an AK, but beggars cannot be choosers. So Godsent will choose to beg for mercy here as they have an eco round.
Choosing to beg. Not a likely strategy across the board, however. Mizuta taking down Zen. Also a ton of information here. Stiko might have heard that, minus the roar of what the Molotov was. Now it's Vitality. They've taken over this arch side. They're 5 deep over here too. Apex looking behind him, catches Stiko, checking down middle. Crystal is gonna have a response of his own, and Shox is almost taken out. That almost creates a big, big issue for Vitality, who now find themselves with complete control of the A site. Vitality, or excuse me, ZywOo, of course, shooting through the smokes, shooting through the walls.
I just love the the kill feed icons. I didn't think I would be such a fan of them, but
Yeah,
now
I
that
was
they're
the
here,
same.
now that they're here, it's so great. You can contextualize so many kills. If you're not watching as well and you see something go down, you can work out from the icons where it was, what happened, how they did it. It just provides so much more context.
Yeah, there's so many times, right, especially like as site takes are coming in where like someone will die and you'll be like, oh, did he see him, or like was that through a smoke, like was that a no scope, or you know, like, and now we just know all of that without even having to catch the kill the first time around. It's great.
Oh, no.
Crystal, don't spend too much time bird watching. He's actually protecting his little feathered friend here in the ruins. That's a good guy Crystal move right there. So many pros, man, they vent their frustrations into the wildlife on the maps. That's why, like, there's no more wildlife outside of the chickens. The rest have just been hunted to extinction by the pros in the server.
Yeah, there used to be, like, goats.
Dude, there was everything. Yeah, Velociraptors, one of my favorite, you know, like, recently extinct animals.
Yeah, humans, man. I'm sick and tired of how they stopped Velociraptors and dodos.
Ahead of their time, man. Like, 2020 could have been the year
of the Velociraptor.
I don't think we need any more danger.
No. We've got enough problems.
Looking over here towards Banana, there is a jump peek over the top to try and spot him. Madden actually going aggressive here. Getting set up, these nades finding damage. Zywoo is brought down very, very low through that smoke. And Crystal, well, he's made a home. He's set up a little tent inside of the... Oh, there's an intruder, but he actually goes around Crystal. Oh, there it is. Masuta realizes something's up. I didn't hit the wall. It was a lot more fleshy. And, well, that's the kill found now through the smoke. Zen falls as well. Madden tries to make a stand. Stiko will deal with shocks at the very least, but it's a 2-on-4. This is feeling and looking, and now likely is a save for Godsent. 6 on the board for Team Vitality.
Oh, and they even had the triple B as well. Godsent, they've been good on the reads, they've been good on the rotates, but Vitality just smoke shots to the man in the spawn. They clear out Madden at the back of the B bomb site, and with only 1 kill in the round for Godsent, it is an unequivocal save. Michaelele might not even get away. Oh, that's quick. Turns right back around after checking the stairwell. Sees Zywoo there, who only had 8 health as well. He was looking for that kill desperately. Orb for your Michaelele has got another. They are just hand delivering them to his doorstep. And he might have a couple more fights at that as well.
It's Vitality putting up a singular round. Michaelele, well, he's not going to be holding on to that AWP.
Worth it. Always worth the hunt there. Vitality have full money, right? They have so much cash. It's been 3 in a row now after that round. Definitely worth the hunt. And they get Zywoo's all back anyway, right? They just lose a couple of rifles in the midst of things. That's it. It's not a worry for Vitality. You know now that the buy is going to be gone for Godsent. They've got to take an eco. They won't have any weapons or rifles around this. Actually, I say that. Madam will buy a gun, but that's the only weapon in the round for Godsent.
Big shots there from Maida. He takes out Apex in what is rather cheaply invested round here for Godsent.
Yeah, do they want to stay with the stack? Madden's rotated the rifle, which is definitely the right call here for Godsent, but they've actually kept 3 in position and gone for the boost up. Actually, rather not. Yeah, Michaelele at the back of B. Thought so. 1 smoke left up. Vitality are about to execute. They won't commit with that 1 CT smoke. They're trying to use it as a fake now, and they've got 2 more to come in with the actual commitment. Obviously, still a man down in this round. Masuta is holding that rotation in middle. He's not going to get any kills from this position, so Vitality will need to fight tooth and nail past these pistols in the B-bomb site.
Yeah, Masuta's worth not going to be shown until these rotations come through. And he'll be able to cut those down before they move into position. These mollies go into the site now. No one forced out of position here for the side of Godsent. Crystal has drawn the attention of Vitality in. And Zen waiting ever so patiently, only good for 1 up on the boost. It all falls onto Madam with this hero M4. In a 1v3, there's a temporary 1v2 at the B site, and he is wary of that. However, Zywoo has made this round very, very tricky. 3 points of health for Madden, and Zywoo is going to finish off the job. The 3rd time around, 3rd time is a charm, as 3 kills in the server for Zywoo there as well. And 7 now on the board for Team Vitality. who is starting to pull ahead in the latter stages of this first half.
Mizuta gets a kill on that rotate as well, right? We don't see it because it's during the execute, but he catches, I think it was Stiko rather, rotating off of A. He jumped out of apps, and Mizuta gets him in second. So I love watching teams play that spot as like a lurk, as a rotate role. It's so little risk and such high reward. You can always call your players out of B as well if you get 2 kills, for example. If Godsent give you that at least, but they're not going to. Right now, only 2 on A for Godsent. So if Vitality go quick, they've got that in their hand, but Godsent have already started to pull Zen back through this spawn. Stiko, oh yeah, that's not going to work, buddy. Pushing through this smoke from Vitality had already taken the bedroom. I guess he didn't know that one as Apex doubles up with 2 kills. He's going to run right through the site with a 3rd, and Apex, he may be in-game leading, but he's also leading as he finds 3 in the site.
That is the case. And with the bomb planted for Vitality, that decision for Godsent shouldn't be so hard. They do find a kill on the way out there in the form of Apex, but it's RPK who's really trying to tank his way into this one. Can't even land that shot, which does create not much of a problem. Vitality certainly will be taking this round to the bank and cashing it therein for their 8th on the board. They did pick up the first map, but that one, well, that one, I don't know, man. Harry, I look at that first map and I think, wow, how did this end up so damn close?
Well, Godsent were able to show us a lot of resilience, right? It was a 10-5 half of Vitality back on the T side of Dust. And this Inferno game looks like it could go in a similar fashion with an 8th on the board. It's very important that Crystal gets away with this M4. So the fact that he stays alive there, is able to best shots, that's nice for Godsent, because otherwise they would have had absolutely nothing here. With 8 on the board for Vitality and a full eco looming, that round was already as good as lost. So now for Godsent, at least they can offer up some resistance here. They get this investment in around the rifle. It's not going to be pitch perfect, right? You see Zen and Makalele both relegated down to a UMP and a Deagle respectively. But this is still a lot more to offer than if they'd lost everything at the end of that round. It probably would have just been a partial buy here for Godsent.
This time they actually have 3 early as well, just because of the potential of that fast play again from Vitality, getting ahead of the triple B. If you know you've been beating up, that's ridiculous. If you know you've been beating up the B site, you know teams are going to lean towards it. So it's always good to throw in a quick A approach every now and then. Crystal, that is a heroic move. Walking through a smoke and killing Zywoo in T-spawn. He will fire back, and I think that's where you draw the line, because Apex takes him down through the smoke. Vitality getting away back into this round. Now Apex, if he gets another here, if he kills Madden in the corner, this is B open for the taking. Shox is putting a bit of hurt on A right now, but Apex is dead at the top of B and the bomb's been dropped back down middle. Mizuta needs that and the 1-on-2. Did he spot the short-sided player as he came around the corner? I don't think so. And he won't be ready for Madden push this deep banana either. Oh dear. Pressure coming from the flank as well. Mizuta, every shot he fires draws his flank in, and it will draw it out of the round. Godsent with 6. And they find a round with not a lot, a pistol and a UMP with a couple of rifles, but it makes it happen. They make it happen.
They're just not much of a chance for you there at that headshot angle from the little pit. Obviously, as you can see, is the last kill of the round. You don't even really see this guy, and he just straight up wrecks you. So
yeah, that was a round that, you know, Vitality shouldn't be winning anyway, considering how it started, right? Madden with a smoke shot, Crystal with a smoke walk, and a 5-on-3 initially. Vitality was out of their hand from the get-go. Or will they go get Godsent as they set up towards apartments very quickly?
Yeah, but this bomb not in tow, not yet. Apex not going to join the rest of the gang in the apartments. And now actually going to join the gang over in the apartments is Apex. No, he's not. He's going through the lower tunnel.
Give up.
He's listening in, and he's trying to prove me wrong. I do still think this feels like it could culminate in a B play, right? Like the fact you've been holding on to the bottom of Banana, you've been waiting so patiently, the bomb is still back there. I think Team Vitality, you're going to see how successful this 3-man push is into the top of mid. However, Stiko has caught himself a stellar timing here in through the apartment. Zywoo gets blindsided, and even while the trade does come in, That's actually pretty good for Vitality because they try and pick up the pace over here towards A, and they do it as these players were rotating away on the back of the info that Stiko gained. Now that kill onto Masuta has flipped this back in favor of Godsent. RPK, here's the rotations away from B and back into CT. So Shox is ready for Madden ahead of time. Cuts him down. Crystal now getting sandwiched from both the Banana and CT spawn, was able to deal with RPK. This is a very messy round. Vitality are trapped. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Shox has 10 seconds to clear the site and he can't do it. So Godsent, they split this half evenly as they can. 7 on the board, 8 for Vitality, and a second half still to come. So join us after a quick break for that.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said day after day, it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody.
We've already taken it to the edge, and we already feel alive. So thank you very much for that. Don't you worry. I really like that part of the whole song. But either way, we are alive, and we are, moreover, live inside of the game itself. Godsent and Vitality squaring off in the bracket stage, and the losers bracket at that. And so now we're going to see what happens here in the pistol round. And the first map goes Vitality's way, but they have to work hard for it. They have to work real hard for it.
Yeah, the grind does not stop. 8 rounds on T side, though, is definitely enough for Vitality, right? Like, they should be feeling confident right now, making a bit of a gamble with the pistol. Apex has come back to be on his own. He's got a smoke, and he'll need it. Godsent here with the bomb and banana. Full armor for Godsent as well. Not a bit of utility apart from these little decoys they'll be using to fake out. Oh, will they burn utility? Will Apex see these and throw his own grenade? No, he knows they're a decoy. He's not going to fall for it, but he's already beginning to peel back. With those decoys going over, it almost screams, we're not coming B, and he thinks that as well. Vitality quad on this A site, ready for the fight.
Oh, Sharks here. And trying to respond. Now falls back, just goes through the motions, getting into CT, and he's still alive, dropping that Molotov. Gonna buy that much more time. And then amongst all of this, all the kills found for the rest of the guys back in the site. Now Madden needs the ace here in a 1v3, but he has been afforded a route through CT spawn, lands a bit of a parting gift onto Shoxy. And Madden now, B site belongs to him. It's a free bomb plant. They know that ZywOo and Masuta was spotted over at A because they put up 3 kills during that attempted wrap. Madden needing the ace. Oh, another! And just one man stands between him and a pistol round, but Masuta able to put the kill up on the board. It's 9 for Team Vitality.
Now, those fake smokes and the decoys don't work, but I've seen them work in a pro game, and you could definitely catch players off with it. But what I love about the pistol round for Godsent is, even though you're on full armor, throwing decoys, especially in a tight choke point like Inferno mid or up to long side, can actually really offset the aim of your opponent. And the idea of buying 4 or 5 decoys and using them as fake flashes to initiate contact on tight choke points is a really good idea, and I want to see more of that.
I want to see more decoy usage.
I want to see more decoy usage. So that's my little homework for you
don't necessarily like, because Henry Greer, Mr. Greer, has been a big advocate of this as well, and it was something that I think people try and do, but ever since, well, hang on a moment, we'll see how this pans out. It's a push down through mid, and this was the force buy attempted from Godsent, but you wouldn't know that in the results. Team Vitality get a 10th. But yeah, since we've been in the server and messing around with the decoys a lot more, trying to actively use them as like fake flashes, there's certainly like some nice little tricks you can get out there. Obviously, like the other benefit is that flash will never pop. So all you're having to do is just like get the player to turn around, right? To play anti-flash. One of the places that I think it's really great is pop on train. If you drop a decoy down and go down with it, so often, and you can try this in pugs, the guy holding pop will turn away, anticipating it's a flash peek, and it's not. It's a decoy. And there's no greater feeling than rumbling someone like that. It's another force buy in this round from Godsent. They've thrown AKs into the mix, and Team Vitality were not ready for this much resistance in middle. Shocks, the weight of the world now on his shoulders as this entire A bomb site falls to him and him alone to try and hold the line. He does put up a second, and a third. So he's done a fantastic job. A 2-on-2 delivered to Team Vitality, courtesy of Courier Shocks. And now Apex and Masuta left to finish the job.
Oh, but the read is there. He reads the play from the pit and finds a second in the site as well. Madden and Crystal falling. And Masuta getting the 1-on-2. Well, I say 1-on-2. Apex was there as well. Not really needed. You couldn't tell. And Harry, you said it right. Vitality did not expect that force buy. They fight mid with a Bison at the start of the round, and they just get obliterated by the AKs. And look what's happened again. Godsent have gone for the force buy, taking all these risks as they at least found 3 kills in the previous round. They know the money is low, but the buy is good, and that's always a danger, right? Godsent know they can reset Vitality, but the hardest part is resetting Vitality, because an AWP and 4 rifles into this round, oof. Luckily, Godsent's buy is pretty good as well, right? It's just lacking that utility, which can be a bit of a problem on T-side Inferno, but let's see what they can do without it. Crystal running towards B through the Molotov, spots in CT, but he gets nothing from it, and pushed back by the utility of Vitality will give them the control towards the top of B once again. Godsent have got to concede that, but so will the Frenchmen, as they call for a 3rd rotation that does not come through. Shocks will double back towards A. B's gone silent, the whole map has, and ZywOo spopped one towards middle, but won't get the connecting kill. Falling back to the apps play, and Stiko dropped as well. Did catch ZywOo off guard on that position, but only 50 damage done to the man. And as long as he has a point of health left up, he's still lethal.
RPK flashes himself in, and actually is able to remove one. ZywOo swinging out from the side of Long does actually get bested by the MAC-10, and this A site now belongs to Godsent. It's a 3-on-2 for Team Vitality this time around. Shock's going to go up into the apartments, but he has to go toe-to-toe with Crystal. He's able to win that fight, and now it's Zen in the graveyard, 1v3. A hell of a lot to do from this position, and the Incendiary on Shocks could make all the difference. It goes into the pit, but the peak does not go Zen's way. A 12th on the board for Vitality. They get that 3v2 retake off. They don't lose a man in the process, and they really are looking to pull out ahead in this series as they already sit 1-0 up after a hard-fought 16-14 victory back on Dust.
Shocks are getting that kill in apartments into Crystal, and then doubling back is great. The whole time Zen's in that clutch, he's thinking about the apartments. He's aiming at the apartments, and that's the kill he wants. He goes for a bit of a jiggle to set up for it, and it gives away his barrel towards the two short players, one of which, by the way, is Shocks, after faking out his position for the death cam. So good call from Vitality.
Yeah, and you know, just looking through some of the numbers coming up into this event, through the tournament, it's been the opening kills that have ran the way for Vitality 71.4% of the time.
And you can see why, Trace.
Yeah, it's showing right here, and it continues. It's not so much that you need the opening frags on your T side as much as you'd love to win your CT-sided opening duels, you know, when you're obviously flipped.
So we're peeking Banana and finding 2 AWP headshots. That'll do it for you. That will certainly be some opening jewels for Vitality. Oh dear, Stiko, hot water, hot fire, and a 13th rather found by Vitality. They are looking very, very prepared, very comfortable on the CT side. This is how Dust 2 sort of went, right? Like you know, it wasn't an equal half. It was 5-10, but a pretty close half. And then Vitality just stormed 5 CT rounds in a row. They pushed us to the edge. Last time they were 14-5 up, and they bottled it all the way to a 30-rounder. Still closing the game. Will they make this one that close as well?
But here they pushed it to the edge, Harry, and then they came alive.
Yeah, that is the most important thing, I think, to take away from this, Trace. No, Team Vitality, they just look in complete control of this game right now. And I think Godsent's decision to force buy so much early on, well, now you're kind of seeing the downside of that, right? Like, it doesn't really feel like they've had ever the complete collection here. And this round, when they finally are relegated down to pistols, actually does get dealt with by Madden. And now the wrap comes in from Apex, 1 by 1. The remaining players for Godsent full. Madden left up in a 1v3. 26 kills to his name. He's having a stellar game right now, but this is asking a hell of a lot from someone on 6 HP. Might be able to retrieve ZywOo's AWP. And if ZywOo's AWP is enchanted with the usual mystical powers it is, maybe there's a chance for Madden here. He's got to be ready for the man in graveyard, and he is not. Shocks able to deal with him. The AWP chooses the AWPer. Not the other way around.
Yeah, it's the only fair way to go about it.
Wow, that's some kind of wizardry, Harry. I don't know where that came from.
Oh. You're a wizard, Harry.
But I'm just Harry.
You're a wizard, boy. Anyway,
God's
that's
sake,
Harry's
Hagrid.
life. We are kind of laughing at now. And
it's great. Harry gets that everywhere he goes. I get Hugo Boss everywhere I go. So, you know, that's original.
Okay.
Not heard
Richie
that
Rich.
one before. Fast banana push. Shocks. That's a ballsy play. Punished for it. ZywOo does trade, though, so it's still a 4-on-4. Crystal, oh, he wants to beat them to the punch. Instead, he gets punched and beaten by the AWP. 2 left for Godsent. Blink and you miss it. This round might just be coming to a close, and ZywOo wants it so. He's found the bomb in mid. He's left Madden on his own, and Madden, he may have been quiet in Dust 2. Inferno has been excellent for him, but unfortunately, it's all in vain. It's a 1-on-4, and you don't even have the bomb.
Well, Madden been the king of almost clutches here for Godsent. But this one might be a clutch too far. He would need to take 31 kills in total after 4K'ing this round in order to pick it up for Godsent and deny match point to Team Vitality. And it's not going to happen. Madden shut out Team Vitality, 15 rounds on the board, and 1 more round decides Godsent's fate here at the road to Rio. Will they keep on fighting, or is this the end of the line for the Godsent crew?
Yeah, a lot of eyeballs, especially if you look at this round.
And also, that's something that I feel like, we do need to remind people of, because a lot of these games thus far have been a part of the round-robin group stage. You've been used to seeing a team show up, play a game, doesn't go their way, but they play again tomorrow. Well, that's not true for Godsent here. If they don't pull this back, then their time at the road to Rio draws to a close. Of course, finding themselves down here in the lower bracket of the playoffs. Only got one lifeline, and Team Vitality, they are looking to cut it short.
Yes, indeed.
Lots of damage done by Apex over at the top. A banana rotation coming in from ZywOo. Stiko alone in the apartments has just been spotted by RPK, and he was ready and raring to go. Man advantage for Vitality. 3 players left standing on this Godsent side. It's Makalele, Crystal, and Madden to try and do the damage. Madden opens up, but there's a swift response from ZywOo. The remaining 2 trickling into this bomb site. ZywOo trying to hold the line, trying to buy time for these rotations from the rest of Vitality. They tap the bomb. ZywOo emerges, and now he's denied it. Makalele is stuck. He can't do a thing. Pushing forward, ZywOo dancing around. It is chaos. ZywOo doesn't know where he's looking. Makalele still in with a chance. The bomb
in their most inopportune position, Harry. It's inside of the fountain itself. 2-on-1. Shocks, RPK want to close it out here. They say they don't want this to go on any longer. And guess what? Makalele has other plans. Shots are going off. RPK gets tagged a little bit, but so does Makalele, and ultimately the fight goes the way of Vitality. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The conclusion of the series. Godsent sent home. Home sent even. It's Vitality, and we're going to begin to discuss them when we come back from this break, everybody.